Good morning, students. So today we will discuss about microsporogenesis. This is a continuation of second chapter, that is a reproduction in flowering plants. So in our previous video we have discussed about flower, stamen and structure of anther. Now we will talk about microsporogenesis. So let's begin it. In our previous video, we have seen that microspore mother cells are located along the inner edge of the anther sac or microsporangia. Now we will see that how does microspores or pollen grains are formed from those microspore mother cells. Normally, all the microsporogenous cells are capable of producing microspores, but some of them disintegrate and are absorbed by the remaining cells. Microspore mother cells divide to form microspores by the reduction, division or meiosis. The process of formation of microspores from a pollen mother cell through meiosis is called microsporogenesis. The microspores are arranged in a cluster of 4 cells that is called as a microspore tetrad. As the anther mature and dehydrate, the microspores dissociate from each other and develop into pollen grains. Inside each microsporangium, several thousands of microspores or pollen grains are formed that are released with the splitting of anther wall. If we talk about the ploidy of microspore tetrad cells, so they will be haploid, having n number of chromosomes because they are formed by the process of meiosis. So this is a picture of microsporogenesis where we can see that microspore tetrads are formed from the microspore mother cells by the process of meiosis. As the anther mature and dehydrate, the microspore dissociate from each other and develop into pollen grains. So by taking place meiosis 2 times, from a single microspore mother cells, 4 pollen grain or microspores will be produced, which are haploid in nature, having n number of chromosomes. Now we'll talk about the structure of pollen grain. So pollen grains represents the male gametophyte because of having the male gamete. It's spherical in shape and its diameter is 25 to 50 micrometer. If we see the wall of pollen grain, it is made up of 2 layers. The outer layer is called as a exine, which is made up of sporolanin, and this is one of the most resistant organic material. It can tolerate high temperature, strong acid and alkali. There is no any enzyme that can degrade sporolanin. Exine has a prominent aperture called germ pore where the sporolanin is absent. So pollen grain can be also preserved as a fossils because of having the sporolanin, because it cannot be degraded by any kind of enzymes, temperature, strong acid. So it's very easy to preserve pollen grains as a fossil because of having the sporolanin. The inner wall of pollen grain is called entine. It is a thin and made up of cellulose and pectin. The cytoplasm of pollen grain is surrounded by a plasma membrane. So this is a picture of a pollen grain where we can see the outer layer that is called as a exine, and it is made up of sporolanin. The inner layer is called as a entine and it is made up of cellulose and pectin. In the wall of exine we can see some prominent aperture that is called as a germ pore, and from these germ pore the germ tube will get arise during the development of gametophyte. As the pollen grains are rich in nutrients, so in Western countries it is used as a food supplements in the form of tablets and syrup. Now the next point. Before discharge from the microsporangium, the nucleus of pollen grain get divided, forming a small cell called a generative cell, which is adjacent to the spore wall. And the remaining part of microspore is filled with a cell called vegetative cell. So that means when the nucleus of pollen grain will get divided, it will form 2 kinds of a cell. The first one is generative and second one is vegetative, in which generative cell is adjacent to the spore wall. In this 2 cell stage, that pollen grains are usually released from the anther and reach the stigma of carpel. But in some plants, the generative cell may divide into 2 male gametes before the liberation of pollen grains from anther. Once the pollen grain reaches the stigma of carpels, then the further development of male gametophyte take place on the gynoecium. So this is a picture showing the development of male gametophyte with the formation of male gametes. In 60% species, pollen grains are shed in 2-cell stage, whereas the 40% species shed in 3-cell stage, in which generative cells get divided by mitosis process into 2 male gametes. And once the pollen grain reaches on the stigma of carpel, then the further development of male gametophyte take place on the gynoecium. So that's all about the structure of microspore and development of male gametophyte. In our next video, we'll discuss about the structure of ovule or megasporangium and megasporogenesis.